Hey there, and welcome back to Mass Effect 3. My name is Pete, and today we complete another episode of our Insanity walkthrough, picking up right where we left off last time, on the Citadel, more specifically in the Presidium Commons. After rejecting Caden's proposal for a romance at the end of the last episode, we have a few more people and places to visit today, starting with the Purgatory bar, where our old friend Jack is supposedly waiting for us.
Spectre status recognized. Please select a destination. One moment, please. Now arriving at Ward's level, Purgatory.
Grimly, you do not understand. The code of the ancients is the collected wisdom of our people. With overwhelming sadness, it was lost when Dakuna fell. Without it, we lack the guidance we need. With certainty, we need the wisdom of our ancestors in these trying times.
And so we kick things off today with the acquisition of another quest, which is now followed by what eventually turns out to be a rather heartwarming conversation.
How's the head?
Good. Concussion's almost gone.
Good. When I heard you were injured.
It was stupid. I should have ducked when that wall came down. Something good has come out of all this, though. Got new equipment. Sent me a set of Vortex armor. Man, somebody in supply sure messed that one up.
Oh, I've heard those are pretty good.
It's great. I'd only be safer inside a tank. It's why Vortex gear costs more than I make in a year.
Will your new heavy armor keep you safe? I've watched reports on some of the things you're fighting.
Well, it won't stop a Reaper, but an extra second of shielding can be life or death.
So Vortex makes good shield capacitors?
The best. They don't skimp on plating either. I love it.
Sounds like you want to get back out there to try it out.
You know, a little. Can't wait to show it off to the team. Maybe I can take point more often now. Anyhow, enough about my armor. Let's find the gang and celebrate while I'm still here. Where'd you park?
I took rapid transit.
Come on, you have the fanciest ride on the Citadel. And I saw that new paint job.
I sold it a couple of weeks ago.
What? But you loved that car.
I know.
You never shut up about that car.
I know.
Wait. You asked if I got heavy armor. I never said it was heavy armor. And since when do you know anything about shield capacitors?
I read about them.
Did you say you sold your car a few weeks ago? Because that's around the time I got sent this new armor.
Hey, it's late, and I'm not letting my friend miss a night at Purgatory, right? You want to go in, or do you want to talk about my car some more?
No, you're right. Let's go in. And I'm buying you some goddamn drinks.
So she sold her car to buy the Solarian a nice suit of armor. If that isn't love, then I don't know what is. Interestingly enough though, the two of them will never actually enter the club, unlike us. As we make our way inside, you can perhaps already see Jack sitting at the table on the left here, but first let's acquire another quest.
No, the problem is that our people are terrible at making war. The library at Asha had sacred texts on the ways of the Huntress, the defining works on the art of battle. But the Nimbus cluster has already fallen, and our people are here dancing instead of fighting.
Looks like we'll be searching for a library in the Nimbus cluster soon, but for now, let's have a chat with Jack.
Ugh, this sucks.
What have you got there?
Duty roster for the students. It's what I do for fun now. They've got us spread out across Alliance units. Reinforcing barriers, modding ammo, that kind of thing.
How are they holding up?
They're fine. They're not the ones reading duty rosters while on shore leave.
And there's no shame in admitting the truth, so let's start things off with a nice compliment and earn ourselves the first 2 Paragon points of the episode.
Complain if you like, but I think military life suits you.
Hey, running back to the Alliance was your lifelong dream, not mine.
Come on, plenty of combat, free room and board, and people you can depend on.
Yeah. Maybe your little suicide squad taught me something about teamwork. Speaking of which, thanks. My guys are handling the support stuff well. Still see some action, but they're not on the front lines. They've saved a lot of lives. It'd be a hell of a lot more fun with you. You find bigger fights. But the little shits are useless without me. I gotta stick with them. 'Cause I'm dependable now, apparently. I blame you for this, Shepard.
Come on.
What?
The duty rosters can wait. Right now, you're on shore leave.
Shepard, everybody knows you can't dance.
And this scene, including a pretty lengthy black screen, also neatly leads into the next conversation that we can overhear.
I miss Afterlife.
Yeah, this place is so clean it squeaks. Anyhow, thanks for the drink. But why'd you drag me out here?
You, still got that merchant freighter?
Yeah,
Looking for work?
might as well. What you got?
The Alliance is bringing medical supplies by the ton. I know a guy in customs. Crates of Metajo from weeks ago are still sitting on the dock. My friend finds us a few loose crates. You bring in your ship, we split it 50-50. What do you say?
I should slit your goddamn throat?
What? What the hell's your problem?
I'm not skinning the Alliance.
Well, since when are you so chummy with those pricks?
Screw you. You been watching the news?
Sure.
Know what's happening to Earth while we're sitting here?
Calm down already.
Okay, sure, the Alliance wasn't good for business before, but this is war. They're dying for us. I'm not stealing medicine from them.
Your patriotism is touching.
My planet's on fire, asshole! Tell your friend in customs every goddamn package of Metagel better stay where it is. Or maybe CSEC needs to know where their last gun shipment went.
Fine. I'll pass on the word. I think you should finish your drink.
Yeah, think I should.
Listening to the entirety of this conversation unlocks another action at the Spectre Terminal, but before we head back there, we can find someone else standing right next to us.
I'm curious, what material is your face made from?
The surface is a flexible biomimetic nanomaterial over a metallic skull. The skin uses shear thickening technology to help protect the central processing unit in the head. If the skin is struck or shot, it solidifies to absorb the impact. It also is capable of limited self-healing.
And what about the hair?
It is of similar construction. For defense, I have set it to cohere into a solid piece. However, for infiltration purposes, it can be parted into individual strands. If it has recently been exposed to water, I generally can't do a thing with it. If I'm not needed to answer an inquiry, I would like some time alone.
Alright, then let's leave again, although she won't be alone for too long, because standing over here at the bar is a person who might be interested in spending some time with Edie.
Look at this! All it took was a Cerberus attack on the Citadel to get folks around here to pay attention to the war.
How is this any different from normal?
Can't you see the desperation? This isn't happy dancing. This is forget my problems dancing. Look at the arms. If a guy waves his arms like that, he's worrying about a lot more than looking stupid on the dance floor.
That's surprisingly observant.
I've had time to watch a lot of dancing from the sidelines. Speaking of which,
Dancing?
watching from the sidelines. What do you think about me and Edie?
No morality points this time, but we've been dating an Asari and a Quarian, so who are we to judge? Let us instead encourage Joker to try things out, especially since no one knows how long all of us will be alive for anyway.
Why not?
Because I could break a bone just from some light over-the-clothes action?
That's always a risk. But then so are the Reapers.
Yeah, I wasn't planning on dating Harbinger.
You know what I mean. If we all ended up dead this time tomorrow, what would you regret?
Getting a shattered pelvis. And a broken heart. Such a stupid idea.
And again, no morality points here, but honestly, if anyone does deserve to be stupid, then it's Joker, and who knows where all of this might lead.
If you could be out there right now on the dance floor, would you be waving your arms?
Yeah.
Sounds like you've got bigger things to worry about than looking stupid.
Yeah, guess I do. Now, if you'll excuse me.
And of course, we'll follow right after him, as seeing Joker anywhere else but in his pilot's seat is indeed a rare occurrence.
Haven't broken anything yet. That's a start.
Edie, meanwhile, does not have anything new to say to us at this point, so for the time being, our business here in the Purgatory Club is done. There is also no need to talk to Arya anymore, as she has given us all she can for now, and to start the DLC mission involving her, we need to meet her elsewhere on the Citadel. So for now, we can move on with the embassies as our next destination.
Spectre status recognized. Please select a destination. 1 moment, please.
Now, you might remember the soldier here looking to relocate her daughter back to Thessia, and well, it looks like she got lucky after all.
I have excellent news. Your daughter's paperwork has been processed.
What? You said it was impossible. How did you pull it off?
Well, I talked to a few friends, called in a few favors, maybe even stayed up a few nights. I wasn't sure I could pull it off, but everything's in order, and your daughter leaves for Thessia tomorrow. A caretaker will travel with her to ensure she reaches her relatives back on the homeworld.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Why don't you go spend the time you have left with her? I'll take care of the rest.
Moving on, we now have a lengthy session at the Spectre Terminal ahead of us. As you know, this is where we can use some of the information we have obtained to approve or accelerate certain processes, and we have obtained quite a bit of information.
Spectre status recognized.
The Batarian access codes here, we need to enable those for the small quest that we obtained from CSEC officer Jordan Knowles in the last episode, as she wants us to investigate the illegal use of Batarian diplomatic codes that technically should no longer be in use at all. Enabling this will allow us to scan consoles around the Citadel, which in turn allows us to complete the quest. Obtaining the last known location of Din Korlak is then also important, as we have learned from the Turian Primarch Victus that Korlak might be involved with Cerberus. We learn here that the Volus was last seen near the human embassy, so that's probably a good starting point. Up next, we can also get a location for that Batarian patient who was a topic of conversation between two civilians in the last episode, with one of them mentioning that Gorak is an alleged terrorist. We can soon investigate for ourselves by heading to the Refugee Camp, where the Batarian is currently located. We also have the option to authorize CSEC surveillance of certain private security feeds after overhearing a CSEC officer in talks with a cafe owner at the end of the last episode, and doing so will slightly strengthen the Citadel Defense Force war asset. Right at the start of last episode's Citadel tour, we also overheard a banker and his Solarian client, and here we can see that talking the Solarian into leaving his money in his account was indeed a good idea, as the money is in fact being used to fund the war effort, and it looks like credits are in short supply these days. Now, this option here is available because we sided with the worried merchant at Agor Munitions last time, who suggested forming a civilian militia. We can now authorize that to strengthen our war assets, while supporting his angry partner would have allowed us to authorize unregulated weapon sales to civilians, and you can probably imagine how that would have gone. We can now also authorize the release of valuable medical supplies to the hospital, after we overheard a worried doctor complain about lack of proper equipment in the last episode. Our intel reveals that there are supplies currently on lockdown, but obviously they would be in much better hands with the medical staff. Now, we also learned last episode that a certain Private Talavi does not want to fight Cerberus because her brother joined him recently, and this here would allow us to authorize her request of transfer to a different unit. However, Talavi's engineering skills might be of use in her original assignment, so we won't authorize the transfer, which will avoid the loss of war asset points. Finally then, we can authorize this civilian consultant here, who is in fact none other than the female smuggler we just overheard in the nightclub. Apparently she wants to help, possibly by revealing the location of the Medigel shipment she and her colleague talked about, and of course we won't stand in her way. And that's all. As a matter of fact, there will only be one more Spectre Terminal action available to us for the rest of the entire game, but that one unlocks a little later, after we have completed a very specific mission. And speaking of missions, now that we know where the Volus Ambassador Din Korlak was last seen, I think it's time we follow in his footsteps and find out whether he's really working with Cerberus or not.
Was the Volus Ambassador here earlier?
Yes, he was, Commander.
I need in. Spectre business.
I'll unlock the office when you're ready.
Right, so no sign of Balak in here, but we have 3 log entries to listen to, so let's see, or rather hear, what they might reveal regarding his whereabouts.
You've never been this uncooperative with us before, Ambassador.
That's because you were actually doing some good in the galaxy before.
Has that changed? How many colonies would be gone if we hadn't taken action against the Collectors?
Too many. But fighting the Alliance
must continue in order to end the war. We understand it took a lot for you to reach out to Cerberus, Ambassador Balak. We ask that you trust us a little longer.
You people are monsters!
Ambassador, please.
Hundreds dead. Udina betraying the Council. I should have cut ties with you ages ago.
And what will that accomplish now? The risks you took by passing information to Cerberus, it's left you in an interesting position. If you sever contact, we can't protect you from the consequences.
I have no time for this.
We'll speak again. Have a good day, Ambassador Balak.
The Turians think I'm still working for Cerberus. They've put a price on my head. I can't go to CSEC, but Cerberus has plans. An entire Turian colony rests on my life. If anyone finds this, I hid a tracking receiver in the office suite beside the human embassies. What are you...
Damn, Cerberus has them everywhere nowadays.
You're gonna go on about them all night.
Just get the car up here quick. Little bastard's even heavier than he looks.
Zaid?
And yes indeed, that voice sounds awfully familiar. Looks like everyone's favorite mercenary might be involved here as well. Balak himself mentioned a tracking device hidden in the office, and it really isn't too difficult to find.
How long till we killed Balak?
Once the credits go through. Was beginning to think you weren't interested in the money.
I'm not.
Because Balak worked for Cerberus? What'd they do to you?
None of your goddamn business. He waking up?
This is Commander Shepard. Can you hear me?
Yes. Yes, I can hear you.
Tell me where you are.
We're still near the Presidium. CSEC will check Selkish arms when they realize I'm missing.
They won't give a damn when they realize you sold them out to Cerberus.
Wait. Cerberus is planning to attack a colony that...
Stay calm. Help's coming.
Now arriving at Presidium Commons.
Zaid used to work for Cerberus. Ask him why he's here.
Why? Why go after your old employer, Zaid?
How you know my name all of a sudden?
Good question.
If I was his doctor, I'd pull the plug.
You don't want this guy dead. He could lead us to other suspects.
Who's gonna have time to find them in the middle of a war?
Listen, Gorev should be punished in a courtroom where people can see it happen. I want a society to get back to when this damn war is over.
Whatever.
That's part 3 of 4 for this conversation, and yes, we are now back in the Presidium Commons, although we won't stay long.
No, the Krogan are the only race that can fight on the toxic world, so they need support. Well, ideally, something like a Cacliosaur. They're good in mountains, immune to toxins, ferociously loyal to their riders. Yes, they'd be ideal. Unfortunately, they were driven to extinction during the Rachni War. So, unless we can engineer something new, Krogan on toxic worlds will have to fight on foot without support.
And that's another side quest unlocked. Time to enter the apartment now to find out what all of this is really about.
Damn, wrong door. He needs you alive to stop Cerberus.
Cerberus is after a Turian colony. Kill me, and they get it.
Drop my name.
Shepard's investigating. He's a recent acquaintance.
How recent?
Very.
Shit. All right, I'm listening.
Been a while, Zaid.
Shepard. Glad I wasn't just making an ass of myself over a hunch. Undisciplined bastards. This is what I get for signing up at the last minute.
Where's Korlak?
I'm here, Commander. You saved my life. I almost died because the Turians thought I was still with Cerberus.
2 Paragon points can now be obtained by asking if Korlak is alright, and since Shepard and the Ambassador go way back, we might as well be nice to him.
Did those mercs hurt you?
I'm fine. They wanted me alive until the fees were delivered for my capture. They didn't care about what I had to say.
You kept mentioning a colony in your message.
Information on a Turian planet's defense system. They'll strike soon. But if I tell you which planet they're attacking, Cerberus will know I turned traitor.
Turned? You already betrayed your own people.
We saved your life. Tell us what planet you put in danger.
I can offer a bargain. The Volus bombing fleet. In tactical terms, it's worth far more than a colony.
Or you could give us both.
You can warn the Turians there'll be an attack, Commander. That should be general enough to ward off suspicion.
Now, with enough reputation, we can use a Charm or Intimidate option here to actually get both the Volus fleet as well as the name of the colony, and of course we'll go with the Charm option for 15 Paragon points.
You tried to do the right thing before. It failed because you trusted the wrong people. Now here's your chance to make up for it. You're giving us Volus support, and you're going to help us make Cerberus pay for using you.
I can't.
You can.
Waste of everyone's time trying to appeal to a Volus' better nature, Shepard.
Aphis. The colony's name is Aphis. Cerberus wants its shipyards.
And the bombing fleet?
Yes, it's yours, Commander. I'll speak with Citadel Security about this incident. You have my thanks.
Took him long enough to spit that out.
Zaid, what are you doing here?
Later. C6 on their way. Won't be too pleased with the mess we left them. Catch up with me at the docks if you like.
And there we are, another quest completed, and we have met yet another familiar face. We'll head to the docks for a chat in just a moment, but for now we can grab the last bit of the conversation about that Batarian terrorist.
So did you tell the refugee camp who Gorik really is?
I tried.
What happened?
I didn't have any proof. Kinda got hot under the collar.
You punched someone, didn't you?
And that concludes this conversation, as well as our stay in the commons for now. Our next destination is now the hospital, although only for some quick scanning.
Spectre status recognized. Please select a destination. 1 moment, please. Now arriving at Huerta Memorial Hospital.
And like I said, we are only here to scan for the Batarian access codes, which are spread all over the Citadel. This is also why planning mission and location order is always a tricky task for these episodes, as some backtracking is sadly unavoidable.
Knowles, this is Shepard. I found one of the code locations.
Okay, I'll shut it down. Just need to authorize your Spectre status. Looks like someone was trying to requisition medical supplies. Okay, that access code is officially disabled. Can you find any more?
That's all we need to do here in the hospital for now, though, so let's continue and head to the docking bay next.
Spectre status recognized. Please select a destination. 1 moment, please. Now arriving at docking bay D24.
Same deal here, we won't stick around long and we'll leave again as soon as we have scanned the second console for Batarian codes.
No replacement has been selected.
Knowles, I found another spot where the Batarian codes were used.
Looks like they were tampering with emergency food requests at the refugee center.
Trying to get more food for themselves.
Looks like... okay. This code's offline now as well. Should just be one left, Commander.
That little shimmy around the corner here, by the way, is only done to avoid triggering that conversation with Talavi again, which we have already fully listened to. Our next stop is now the refugee camp.
Spectre status recognized. Please select a destination. 1 moment, please. Now arriving at Docking Bay E-24, emergency civilian housing.
The galaxy needs to understand what these refugees have been through. Can't you let me in?
No.
I only need a couple of hours of footage.
You're not crossing that dock. I heard that. Your drone's not sneaking in either.
Wait, aren't you Commander Shepard? Solek Vast, documentary maker. Please, maybe you can help. I'm trying to document the stories of the refugees coming to the Citadel. Their loss, their sacrifices, their moments of bravery.
Something holding you back?
CSEC won't allow me on the docks. They say I'd be disruptive, but you could catch a few quick shots for me.
There are lots of refugees on the rest of the Citadel.
It won't have the same impact as seeing crowds trapped on the docks. We all need to help each other. I want this documentary to shock people into action.
And of course we'll agree to help, not only because it gives us 2 Paragon points, but also because this is probably one of the easiest quests in the entire game and can be completed in just a few minutes.
Good idea. The galaxy should see what these refugees have been through.
Thank you, Commander. That's exactly what I'm hoping for. If you could just take a few shots with your Omni tool in the refugee camp. I'll be here when you're done. Please find me when you have enough footage, Commander. I'll be here. It's sad, but the Citadel has to prepare for millions more refugees. Most of those people on the docks have lost everything.
Now our first photo opportunity is right around the corner, although it's not quite what he's looking for.
I think we might need a different subject.
And luckily we also have that as we approach the memorial wall over here.
Yes, that's just what this documentary needs.
Now, important note, saving and reloading at this point can cause all other photo ops to disappear, a bug that is still not fixed in the Legendary Edition, so I would recommend completing this quest in one go.
Are you okay?
I've just been standing here, holding this for I don't know how long. He'll always be a part of me.
Your past is yours. No one can take that away.
I love you, but I know you. Don't make me an anchor. Promise me, Steve.
Goodbye, Robert. You give me strength. Thank you. I just need a few moments to myself.
Quick Paragon interruption here to console Cortez, but we'll leave him alone for now and can keep moving towards the next photo spot.
I'm sorry, but that's not quite what I had in mind.
And again, a better subject is right around the corner.
Great shot, Commander.
Now we only need one more good picture to complete the quest, but first let's talk to James over here.
Pressure's okay. No infection so far.
And yes, that is the nurse taking care of the infamous Batarian, but more on that later.
James?
Commander, what brings you down here?
I was about to ask you that.
Well, after our little chat, I made up my mind. I'm gonna join the N7 program.
And you're celebrating by getting a tattoo?
Sort of. See, there's no official channels to go through right now. So, I guess this is my way of making it official. Technically, I'm just an N7 recruit, but, you know, I figure with you as my training officer, how could I fail? Right?
I'm flattered, but I wouldn't exactly say I'm training you.
Not officially, but what the hell is in this goddamn war? I'm just saying, whether you like it or not, you're my direct superior and you're N7. So I take my lead from you, and you know, I'll take whatever advice you got.
Really?
Sure. The good advice.
This conversation does not give us any morality points, but I still think that this is not the time to be a hard ass about the N7 program, so instead, let's welcome James to this new chapter in his life.
Well, they wouldn't ask you if they didn't think you could handle it.
Here's hoping.
But the real work starts now.
Uh-huh. I know it seems like I don't take things seriously, but when I commit to something, I fully commit.
Clearly.
Hey, I won't let you down.
And again, let's not pretend to be the authority here. The only one that James really needs to make happy is himself after all.
The only person you need to prove yourself to is the one standing in the mirror every morning.
Good point. You know, that's gonna sting for a few days. You gonna be ready for duty? Well, I'm not looking forward to slapping my armor back on, but I'm always ready. Glad to hear it.
Careful!
Right, and as promised, Zaid is waiting for us over here, so let's have a brief chat with him as well.
What the hell are you looking at?
Nothing.
Wondered if you'd show up, Shepard. Figured you'd be too busy recruiting goddamn armies for this war you're in charge of.
I could always use more help.
I'll bet. I've seen footage of what happened on Earth. Tell you what, I'll see if some old contacts of mine are still around. Can't promise you anything, but if enough of them are still breathing, I can lend a hand.
Who were those people you were with?
Bunch of mercs from Omega. Signed on with them when I heard they were making a hit on Cerberus. Should have studied the job longer.
Unfortunately, as always with Zaid, we can't really have a proper conversation, but at least we obtained another war asset and can now investigate that Batarian patient.
Can I talk to him?
Only if it's important, Commander. He's hurt bad. Take down the sedative a bit, but hurry. I peg his survival at 50-50.
Are you Gorek?
Go away. Nothing to say.
Not even what a terrorist is doing on the Citadel?
You!
Do I know you?
Every Batarian with someone on Aratok remembers your face.
The planet that got caught in the Alpha Relay explosion.
You butchered a colony, only regret. Don't have the strength to...
Now, this conversation here refers to Shepard's decisions during Mass Effect 2's Arrival DLC, where we blew up a mass relay to stop a Reaper invasion. However, pointing that out here does not give us any morality points.
I destroyed Eratot's relay to stop the Reapers from pouring through.
Easy for you to claim now that they're here. Don't pretend you have any remorse.
And again, no Paragon or Renegade points here, and even if it was probably the right choice, let's show some remorse. Who knows what that might be good for.
You think I didn't feel guilty? I destroyed a colony. I've thought about the people who died. About how I couldn't warn them in time. In the end, I didn't have a choice. But I'm sorry. If that means anything.
If you're so remorseful, if you have any real guilt, show some mercy. Unplug this machine. Let me join my family.
Alright, this decision now comes a bit out of the blue, but by the placement of the two options, you can already see what the game considers to be the Paragon choice, even though no points will be awarded either way. Still, we will grant Gorek his dying wish and end his suffering once and for all. Interestingly enough, we even earned some credits here, but let's not worry about where those may have come from, and instead move on to the next container bay for photo op number 3.
Excellent. That will really get people's attention. Thank you, Commander. That should be enough footage. Come meet me again when you're able.
And there we are. At this point you can also save without the risk of destroying this quest, and we have our next conversation coming up as we're trying to strike a deal for medical equipment for Dr. Chakwas.
I recognize you. You're Commander Shepard.
And you must be Tactus. Heard the refugees consider you their leader.
Yes, someone needs to sort out this mess. CSEC has tightened access to the Citadel, and we've got desperate people down here with no place to go.
I also hear you need basic medical supplies. Dr. Chakwas spoke of a mutually beneficial trade.
I tried to be clear. In my experience, the Alliance looks out for their own. Trust is a hard thing to come by these days. I know you need our military supplies, but they're worth far more than your basic meds. Her offer wasn't satisfactory.
Now, if we wanted to maximize morality points, we would actually need to give Tactus our supplies as a gift for 15 Paragon points, but instead we will convince him to agree to the trade with the charm option here for only 5 Paragon points.
Your people need our supplies, and my people need every edge we can get. Your combat-grade meds will make a difference, and our mission may just save everyone. Now is not the time for pettiness or mistrust.
With our day-to-day worries, it's easy to forget we are all in this together. I'll have my people contact yours. You'll have your supplies as soon as possible.
Alright, we'll want to check in with Chakwas as soon as we return to the ship, but first, let's listen to what the camp doctor here has to say.
I need support. Someone sabotaged the metagel dispensers, and I've got some idiot preaching about Cerberus down here. No, I've contacted CSEC. They said it's not a priority and it doesn't matter. What matters is that I've got Turian soldiers dying for lack of medication.
Now, this is actually a very important conversation, even though it doesn't unlock a quest just yet. However, it does make a new person appear in the area, but before we talk to them, let's catch up with Kelly here.
Shepard! You saved my life again.
What happened?
Cerberus troopers came through here to secure the docks. They lined us all up. Then, one of them started asking around for me by name.
But they didn't find you.
Their record said I went off-grid. If I hadn't changed my identity, I don't know what would have happened. Thank you. So many here had to leave loved ones on their homeworlds. I try to comfort them, but I know what the Reapers are capable of.
And this is why you always want to make sure to make Kelly change her appearance, otherwise she does in fact not survive the Cerberus attack. Now, at this point, we want to go back to the entrance area, where we can meet the aforementioned new person, none other than Conrad Verner himself.
Cerberus wants our help. And if Cerberus is good enough for Commander Shepard, it should be good enough for us.
Oh, for the love of...
Commander Shepard, it's me, Conrad Verner. Wow, it's great to see you again. I joined Cerberus too.
Conrad, Cerberus just tried to kill the Council. I'm not working with them.
Oh no. I screwed up again, didn't I? I'm sorry if I ever accused you of pointing a gun at me when you didn't actually do that. I was really stressed out.
Alright, looks like Conrad is once again providing some comedic relief, but this time his foolishness might actually put others in danger, so let's grab 2 Paragon points here and ask him to help us out.
What can you tell me about your Cerberus contacts?
Not much. They wanted me to help recruit people near the medical station.
Which was sabotaged while you had everyone distracted.
Oh, wait. No.
I'll deal with it. Just don't do anything.
Okay. But I might be able to help you with whatever you're doing now that isn't Cerberus.
Conrad, I'm building an ancient Prothean dark energy device to stop the Reapers. Can you help with that?
Well, I did write my doctoral dissertation on xenotechnology and dark energy integration.
Really?
Yes. In fact, I may be able to find some ancient tech schematics that could help you with construction. Hang on, I have an old contact. Ah, come on, Hossel, help me out. Sorry, the war has him scared.
Hossel? Gavin Hossel, the tech researcher? I did him a favor once. Tell him this is for me.
I had no idea you two knew each other. Small universe. Okay, he's forwarding the schematics over. Oh no, it's in an ancient Asari dialect. We'd need a lot of ancient Asari writing to translate.
Would this collection of Asari matriarch writings help?
Yes. Yes, it would. Okay, it's auto-translating. Let's see. Oh no, the technology falls under an existing patent. I can't actually access the schematics without a license from, let's see, Elkos Combine? How did you even? Well, this is great. Okay, here you go. Hope this helps you build that dark energy device. Anyway, good luck fixing the metagel dispensers. I'll just be here. Not touching anything.
Weren't you running a shelter for war orphans on Ilion?
Yeah, it was doing well until the Reapers attacked. I ended up spending most of what I had left getting the kids off-world. I'm sorry if that was...
No, you did the right thing.
Thanks.
You doing okay?
I'm doing great. Listen, can I ask you something, though? Do you really think you'll defeat the Reapers?
We'll defeat them, or we'll die trying. There's no other option.
Yeah, okay. Listen, another question. Do you really think you'll defeat the Reapers?
You just asked me that, Conrad.
Sorry. I like to ask all the questions I can think of, and sometimes I forget which ones I've asked already. I should go.
Seems this place is hard-pressed for supplies. I think I saw some guys fighting over a thermal clip.
A what?
A thermal clip. They stop weapons from overheating. I'm sorry, just a joke.
Wait, where do these thermal clips come from? I thought weapons cooled down.
They used to. After the Geth attack a few years back, we switched to thermal clips.
Well, that sounds like a major step backward.
It lets guns fire with more power, and soldiers can pop in a new clip instead of waiting for the gun to cool.
Fine, sure. You can still wait for your gun to cool down on its own, though, right?
Well, no. The in-gun cooling tech was sacrificed to make room for the thermal clips.
Okay, that's just... You might as well be going back to limited ammunition.
It's not ammunition, Conrad.
I just don't think it's a very good idea.
I'll be sure to let every military organization in the galaxy know that. Did you lose anyone back on Earth?
No. I mean, extranet friends and such, but I don't really have any family left.
What about your wife? Conrad, do you even have a wife?
Oh, yes. Yes. Well, no, but see...
Conrad, if you have some kind of weird shrine of me, I'm gonna be very unhappy.
It's just a poster with a few candles. It's very tasteful. Shouldn't you go repair that medical station? I mean, people are dying, right?
Okay, and after this lengthy conversation, we now have another quest to complete. But first, let's listen in as yet another heartbreaking story unfolds right in front of our eyes.
What are you doing here?
I'm waiting.
Waiting? Waiting for who?
For my parents. They put me on the rescue transport and said to wait for them here. They'll come find me as soon as they can.
Academy also fell to the Reapers when Elysium was attacked.
I guess this is a safe
Alliance
enough
forces
place.
were able to evacuate all students.
If anyone bothers you, let me know. I'll take care of them, okay?
While the
Sure thing,
Alliance
sir.
takes heavy
Thanks.
losses, Turian troops are ready to
Hey there.
return to the Citadel.
Oh, it's you. Hi.
Your parents get here yet?
Nope. It's okay. I mean, they'll get here. They always keep their promises. The next shuttle was probably just late or something. That's all.
I'm sure you're right. I look forward to meeting you.
Hey!
Oh, hey, it's you. Still waiting, I see. Any news?
No, but they promised, right? They'll get here soon.
I'm sure they will. I'll drop by later to check in on you, if that's okay.
Okay.
Hey there.
Hey.
Looking mighty low today. You okay? Anyone been bothering you?
No, it's not that. I'm fine.
I see. So, any news?
No, they just... Their shuttle must be real slow, that's all. Do you think they're okay? They promised they'd come get me, no matter what they had to do. It's been so long.
I don't know, kid. I'm sure they'd be happy knowing you're safe.
It's just... I miss them. I miss them so much.
And as sad as this is something that Mass Effect 3 does really well, creating an atmosphere of loss and tragedy and really driving home how absolutely devastating this war is for the civilian population. Still, we can't afford to get too hung up on that. Instead, we can quickly run around the container base here to repair the medical stations that Conrad sabotaged, and to complete the quest we need to fix 3 of them.
I believe those are my credits. Hey, Commander.
James, enjoying yourself?
Yeah.
Try not to lose everything. Those clothes are Alliance property.
Have a little faith, loco. I have a little. You just gonna stand there and watch? You're kind of making me nervous, Commander. I'd ask him to deal you in, but I think they're afraid of you. You're kind of killing my mojo here, Jefe. I was up a minute ago, you just came by at a bad time.
And after getting his tattoo, James has seemingly found another way to pass time.
Listen, please, we just need more food. I can give you the location of some ruins. Prothean ruins, on Gay Hinnom in the Hades Nexus. If you could get past the Reaper patrols, I'm sure you'd find something valuable. That's got to be worth something. Please, my family is starving.
And Prothean ruins, that sounds right up our alley, and with that another quest is added to the journal. Up next, we can now fix a 4th medical station, just because we can, and then examine the last console for those mysterious Batarian codes.
Knowles, this is where the last access code was used.
What's that, Commander? I'm losing your signal.
Shepard.
Balak.
You should have killed me on that asteroid over Terra Nova. I've been waiting for this. Everything that has happened to my people is your fault.
All I did was stop you at Terra Nova.
Yes. After you ruined my plans, my government accelerated research efforts on the Leviathan of Dis. Have you heard of it, Commander? The ancient organic dreadnought my people recovered from Jartar 20 years ago? Sound familiar?
A Reaper? Your people were studying a Reaper corpse.
Yes. Looking for a way to reclaim our place as the true power of the galaxy. Hundreds of our best scientists were enlisted.
And then they became indoctrinated.
When the Reapers reached Karshan, our own people betrayed us. Defense grids were deactivated. Ships fired on Allied targets. We were destroyed from within because of you.
Alright, another familiar face here, although I would hardly call him a friend, as we made Balak's acquaintance during Mass Effect 1's Bring Down the Sky DLC, and can now open the conversation by grabbing 2 more Paragon points.
I didn't destroy your people, Balak. The Reapers did that.
We were a proud race, a beautiful race. Have you seen what the Reapers have done to us? I'm trapped on this citadel. Our warships only know the locations of Reaper forces because I've tapped Council transmissions. I am the highest-ranking military officer left in the hegemony, and I can't save my people. But I can end you.
And yes, we do have the option here to correct what we did not get to do during our first encounter, but let us instead turn Balak into an asset with the charm option here for 5 Paragon points.
Balak, you sent that asteroid toward Terra Nova to help your people. But what does killing me accomplish?
Vengeance. The Bahak system,
They would have died anyway when the Reapers showed up. You know that. I'm uniting the Krogan and the Turians. We're the best hope for this galaxy. If you care about your people...
Our ships are yours.
Shepard, are you all right?
Fine. You won't have any more trouble with those codes.
Is that... Do you want me to arrest him?
I want you to put a bullet in his head. But we're all making some sacrifices today. Let him go. Spectre Authority.
Understood, Commander. And thanks.
And there we are, another war asset has been obtained, another quest is complete, and we can now immediately turn in the next one, as we can report to the doctor here that the medical stations have been fixed, and that Conrad will, hopefully, no longer be a problem.
I fixed the sabotage. The Metagel dispensers should be working now.
Thank you. I'll get patients moving through triage immediately. Great work, Shepard. And listen, I'm sorry for... Hey, that's him. That's my Cerberus contact. Hey, you! You're under arrest. Shepard, did I help?
Yeah, Conrad. You helped.
I don't even feel anything.
Actually, I sabotaged his gun. It might have looked like it fired, but that was just the thermal clip overheating. Hi, Commander. It's me, Jenna. You helped me a few years ago when I was working undercover at Cora's Den.
And now you're volunteering here.
Right. Shellick showed me a few little tricks when he had me working undercover. Guess that paid off, huh?
You saved my life.
I can't believe you were willing to lay down your life for Commander Shepard. You're so brave.
Oh, the Commander and I go way back. Let me give you a hand, and I can tell you about it.
And there we go, we have made it to level 50, and at least in the original Mass Effect 3 that unlocks the Almost There achievement. For some reason they removed it in the Legendary Edition, but like I said at the beginning of the series, we will attempt to unlock all achievements, even those that are sadly no longer in the game. For now though, we have another quest to turn in.
I have your footage.
Thank you, Commander. I'll start editing it right away.
And that does in fact now conclude our business here on the Citadel, so let's head back to the docking bay.
Spectre status recognized. Please select a destination. One moment, please. Now arriving at docking bay D24.
And to speed things up, we can use the rapid transit shuttle over here to get back to the Normandy.
Commander, Dr. Chakwas sent word that she'd like to speak with you down in the medbay.
And yes, we were successful in our quest to exchange that medical equipment, so let's report back to the doctor now. After all, Chakwas spoke of a potential upgrade she might be able to make for us with the new equipment, so let's see what she came up with.
You always pull through, Commander. We've received the supplies from Tactus.
Everything good?
Indeed. We've acquired some very useful equipment. As such, I've been able to enhance the effectiveness of our Medigel delivery systems. I've also collated information that Liara may find of interest. Check with Glyph. So, Udina finally went over the edge. I never really liked the man. Now I know why.
Alright, so we have received a Medigel efficiency increase, effectively meaning that whenever we use Medigel, there is a 50% chance that it does not consume an actual unit.
Dr. Tassoni found useful information in the data you recovered, Commander.
And while Chakwas' upgrade is pretty handy, but certainly nothing that we want to rely too heavily upon, completing this quest has also unlocked the medbay surgery upgrade option at the Intel terminal here. If Shepard still had any scars from Mass Effect 2, we could now choose to heal those, but we already took care of that, so we can grab the health bonus instead without having to make any sacrifices. Over at Liara's broker terminal, we can then also take a peek at Zaid's recent shopping spree, as it seems like his agreement to work with us as a war asset has inspired him to stock up on equipment of the deadly kind. So I would say that we definitely do not have to worry about him, and can now instead make one last trip down to the shuttle bay before we wrap things up for today.
Shepard, thanks again for being there at the Refugee Memorial. I feel better. Everything's so much clearer now.
Glad I could help.
I met up with an old Alliance friend there who I believe can help hack it. I sent you a message with the details if you're curious. Check your private terminal.
And indeed, we can find that message as we return to the CIC now, alongside a second one. Trainer's voice line here is sadly cut off. This happens from time to time and unfortunately has also not yet been fixed. Regarding those messages, meanwhile, the first one here is actually from Kelly Chambers, who once again thanks us for saving her life and also forwards the contact of some former Cerberus engineers who might be willing to aid with the war effort. Message number 2 then comes from Cortez, who is thanking and helping us out as well by recruiting some former Alliance pilots back into service. So as we wrap things up here, we have definitely made some good progress in terms of war assets and the completion of missions, not to mention that we also have only 10 more levels to go until we have reached the game's level cap of 60. If you are wondering, by the way, why we are currently not spending any more skill points, I would like to save those for Shepard's eventual bonus power that we can choose from a steadily growing list of abilities, with new ones being added whenever we make conversation progress with one of our squad members. I already have a few favorites on my list, but I'm not entirely sure which one I'd like to pick for this playthrough, so if you guys have any preferences, then feel free to leave them in the comments down below. For today, I think we can now make the cuts, and next time we will then probably see a bit more action. Until then, I hope you enjoyed today's video, and if you did, then I would be very happy if you could leave a thumbs up. If you like what I'm doing and want to support me and my channel further, then you can go ahead and subscribe if you haven't done so already, grab some merch over on shop.petecomplete.com, or check out and maybe even pledge to the Pete Complete Patreon. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you next time. Cheers.